Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday's session. So it's going to start with a little bit of mobility work. First one is just going to be loosening out the calves. It's going to be a bit of box jumping today. So coming into the wall or the rack or whatever you have, step on the stairs, just drive that knee and hip forward. Try and accumulate maybe 30 to 45 seconds on each side, depending on how tight they are, depending on how much skipping and running you've been doing over the last few weeks. If they're really tight, spend a little bit longer. So about 30-45 seconds each side. Get the heel in as close as you can. Ease out of it. And then back in with the opposite side. Same thing on both sides. Once we've that done, grab your edge of your couch. Stick a cushion underneath your knee. And we're going to go into our couch stretch. Again, hip flexor and quads are getting really tight as the days go on and the weeks go on. So really spend a lot of time. I'd recommend a minute each side, squeezing that glute, tucking the pelvis under. Make sure your rib cage is pulled down, there's no arch in your lower back. Open up that hip. Remember, we want to get that knee in as close to the couch or the wall as we can. Okay, if we have it way out here in front, we're not going to feel any stretch. So try and scoot it right back in towards that platform you're working off. Okay, using your front knee to push into it, tucking under now and feel that stretch way more, up to a minute each side. The last one then, guys, can be done, okay, over the edge of your couch, on the arm of the couch. It can be done on a bench if you have one. It can be done over a foam roller if you want, and it can be done over a ball if you have one. Loads of options, okay, and one just that we use to open up our back. So just grabbing your foam roller or your ball, okay, lying over it, sitting it directly underneath your two shoulder blades. If you're on the edge of your couch or the arm of your couch, just lie your shoulder blades over the edge of that couch, legs out nice and straight, lift the hips up, and then taking those hands up and over our head, walking them down, and then driving our head and chest up through our arms as hard as we can. Try and accumulate 30 seconds, same thing with the ball. Or we can do it with the couch. If we're not feeling much of a stretch, we know something to hold on to. We can put a light dumbbell or light plate into our hands. Same thing, elbows are locked out, head and chest push through. Accumulate 30 seconds, open up the shoulders and the T-spine. Okay guys, so today's Metcon is going to be a 21-minute piece. For each minute, we're ideally going to be working for 40 seconds, resting for 20, moving through the 3 movements for 7 rounds in total. Okay, so if you find that 40 on, 20 off is too much for you, you could possibly reduce it down to 30 seconds work, 30 seconds rest, and try and get the same 7 rounds done. So the 3 movements today are going to be a box jump. So like in my previous videos, we could use a step up there once it's a challenging height on the stairs, outside on something solid, or we could use some hurdle bounding over and back. So 2 chairs with a broomstick across it and we're jumping over and back that broomstick, so that we're getting some of that jumping mechanics, or maybe even a broad jump. So 40 seconds of work ideally, reduce it down to 30 if you're struggling. Okay, so you're going to count how many reps you get done, you're going to rest for 20 seconds or longer, and then you're going to move to your second movement, which is going to be a dumbbell snatch. Again, ideally you're going to alternate arms every time, so right then left, unless you struggle with that. You could do a few on one arm and a few on the other. Options there, guys, if you maybe don't have a dumbbell, you could do a kettlebell where you clean it to your shoulder and then push press it over your head. If you don't have a dumbbell and you find a kettlebell too awkward to snatch. And then our third move, same thing with that movement, we're going to work for 40 seconds ideally, reduce it down to 30 if you find it too hard, accumulate as many reps you can, and then you're going to come down for the 3rd minute when it starts into a plank, and we're just going to hold a static plank for 40 seconds. Back up then, 20 seconds rest, and move back into round 2. So on your box jumps or broad jumps or step ups or jump overs, you're going to be counting your reps. You're going to add those reps to the amount of dumbbell snatches you get done, and then that'll be your score for round 1. At the end of 7 rounds, you're going to add up all the reps you get done to get your score on Wodify. So let's go quickly through the movements and show you what I'm talking about. So timer starts, get your phone, get your watch, whatever you want. Great app I posted in the group, it'll do the beeps for you. So we start, jump up, stand fully, step down. If we find that too difficult, or we don't have something suitable at home, doing our step ups, working for those 40 seconds, okay, your broad jumps or your hurdle hops. Once the 40 seconds have passed, you're going to rest for 20. Okay, after your 20 seconds rest, you're going to move on to your dumbbell snatches. Nice tall posture, feet nice and wide, bend your knees, looking out in front at all times. If you don't have that, use a kettlebell. Same thing, accumulate as many reps as you can in 40 seconds. Rest for 20 seconds, and then come down into our plank. So there's going to be some active recovery. We're just counting the reps in those 2 movements. Into our plank position, elbows under our shoulders. Tuck our pelvis under. Make sure there's no arch in our lower back, no rise in our hips. Tucking under and holding. Full 40 seconds. Once the 40 seconds is passed, we get 20 seconds rest. We move back into our box jumps. Like I said, if you find that 40 on, 20 off too much, not enough rest, you can reduce it down to 30 on, 30 off if needed. Okay guys, 3 movements, 7 rounds. Accumulate as many reps as possible on these 2 movements. Ask me any questions if you need alternatives or don't have sufficient equipment necessary.